Hello friends, I welcome you in the lecture series of Engineering Graphics. Today we'll see how to solve isometric views problem when couple of orthographic views are given. Let's see the problem. So these are the couple of orthographic views where elevation and LHSV, left hand side view, is given. This is nothing but the front view. Elevation is nothing but the front view. And the first step here, you need to observe all the dimensions, different features on the object carefully. So if you see the elevation, that means front view, you will see here this is 30 mm diameter circle, where here it is 25 mm radius half curvature, and it is connected with the tangent line here, and then 35 mm down. Then on this side it is 80 mm, then up it is 30 mm, and then from that there is a center line 45 mm above. So this is the center line, and here you will see circles, one circle and another curvature, circular curvature. So one can see easily what is given here. This is actually a front view, this is left hand side view. That means what, this front view is visualized from this side. Okay, so when you see the front view, this front view from this side, you will get this left hand side view, right? And that's why you can see here dotted line in this. These are the dotted lines in the side view, left hand side view, where the left hand side view is visualized from this side, and then one can get the front view. This is the front view. So in that case, when you see from this side, this cut portion is not visible, and that's why from this side this is a dotted line which is visible in the front view. So you need to understand this information before drawing the isometric. The first step is to observe the origin and all the dimensions of different features. So here is the origin. You need to understand this is a location of one origin, and what is the meaning of this when origin is on this side. From origin, object is extending on this side, and that is 80 mm. This is 80 mm. So I can say this is a length. 80 mm is the length. Then from origin, this is the height of the object. So h is here, this is the height. And what is the height maximum dimension? What you can see, this is 30, this is 45, and then from center point this is 25 mm radius. So 25 plus 45 plus 30, so h is 100, which is same here in case of the side view, left hand side view. The length height is 100 mm. But another dimension that you can see in the side view always, that is nothing but the width. So this dimension in the side view, it is width. And what is width? You can clearly see it is 70 mm. So you got three dimensions here. One is length, another is height, and last one is width. As we are drawing isometric views, actually we are drawing the 3D object, and that's why we need to make a box of maximum dimensions, 3D dimensions, length, height and width. Okay, so we got all the dimensions, and then we'll move further for drawing the isometric box. So before drawing the isometric box, we need to draw a reference line here. Okay, so this is a line that you will draw. You will mark here for origin a small point, and then from the origin either side you are making a 30-degree inclination. So this is 30 degree here, this is 30 degree, and this is also 30 degree. Okay, so these two lines you are making, these are just construction lines. I'll tell you later why this side 30 and this side 30 is drawn. Okay, just remember we are drawing 3D object, and that is called as an isometric view from the orthographic projections. After drawing this 30 degree here, from origin we have to draw the length, height and width. So here we are creating the box. This is our orthographic view. From the origin, on the right hand side there is a 80 mm extension, that is a length. Okay, you can check it here. This is 80 mm and that is length, and it is extending to the right side of the origin. So you concentrate on the front view. So you see, from origin we have to go on the right hand side. So here we are going 80 mm on this side. Okay, we need to measure it, don't draw roughly. I am drawing here roughly, and then we'll convert those rough drawings into the measured figures, measured drawings. So this is 80 mm here, and what is on the left hand side? Surely it is the width. So I am drawing here width, and that width is say 70 mm. It is given in the object. You can check it once again. So this is the width that you are drawing with the on, say this is the origin, what you can see here, and then from origin it is on the left hand side. Okay, so you'll draw here 70 mm and here 80 mm. Then what is at the middle, third dimension? That is nothing but the height of the object. So you'll draw here height, and you know height is how much? It is 100 mm, which again you can see in your figure here. This is the height, here 30 mm, this is 30 mm, this is 40 mm up to center line, and then from this radius is 25. So 25 plus 45 plus 30, that is 100. So once you draw all the three dimensions here, this is a length 80 mm, this is a height 100 mm, and this is width 70 mm. You will draw all parallel lines to all these three dimensions, and then that will be helpful for completing the box. So one can easily draw the parallel lines. So I am drawing parallel lines to the height. So here 100 mm, this is 100 mm. I am drawing rough. Then anyway, these two lines are parallel to height, then parallel to width. So here 70 mm and here it is 70 mm. Okay, then this was for parallel to width, that is from here I am measuring 70 mm and from here I am measuring 70 mm. I got the parallel lines to width, and then last one is parallel to length, so that is 80 mm. So from this point 80 mm on this side, and from this point 80 mm on this side. Okay, so this way we can create a box, isometric box of length, height and width. So here accurately measured drawing figure, you can see the box is like this. Why 30 degree on either side of the origin? So that's answer is here. Instead of observing here, you observe here. Okay, so if you have a circle here, tell me what is the angle here. The circle is divided into three sections, and the angle here, though it is you can see here plane, and this is a 90 degree actually, but when you see the circle here, this is, you can measure as 120 degree, correct? And so this is 120 degree and this is also 120 degree. So this way 120 degree, 120 degree, 120 degree, that means 360 degree, and that is nothing but the complete view of 3D object. We need to observe object equally. Though the front view is given, only the left hand side view is given, in some cases only top view and front view is given, or in any two views of the orthogonal projections, we need to draw isometric as a 3D object, and that's why we need to see the object equally. We need to give some justification to all sides of the all faces of the object, and that's why this is a technique where you draw, this is a reference line, and then from reference line you are drawing here 30 degree inclination, on this side 30 degree inclination. You will measure here length, you will measure here width, and height is on this side. Okay, so I hope you understand why 30 degree and 30 degree measure on either side of the origin, and why on one side you can draw length, on one side you can draw width, and then height is at the middle, and then you will draw two more parallel lines. Like here it is a length, and this is another parallel line to the length, and this one is the last one. So three parallel lines which are called as a length. Then similarly width here, here, and here, and then height. So at the middle is one, then this is one, and this is one. Okay, so we'll start drawing object inside this. Now we have the isometric box ready for actual drawing, and before drawing we'll observe the object again, once again. So here is our object. It's always better to start drawing with the curvature portion. So where is the curvature portion? Here. In the front view you can see 30 mm diameter of the circle and 25 mm half curvature. So before drawing the curvature you need to see the position of it. So position of it is from the baseline it is 30 plus 45, that means 75 mm above. Here it is 75 mm above, and then from this object boundary or the isometric box boundary you need to come inside little bit, and that is nothing but 25 mm. This is a 25 mm, that much distance you need to come inside up to center point, as you are drawing here semi curvature portion of radius 25 mm. So you got the position. You need to draw center lines, true center lines here, say 75 mm above and 25 mm on this side. Okay, so you will get this kind of center lines here. One is here, another is here. So center point is important, and after getting the center point you can use the 4 center method of drawing ellipse or the curvature for the isometrics, and then you can complete the portion. So like I said, you need to come inside little bit, and how much? So again I will go back to our object. So this is a circle that you need to draw. It is anyway, center lines are here 75 mm above and 25 mm on this side, but where you will draw a plane for drawing the isometric view. So you need to again observe this left hand side view. So in the left hand side view you can see this is from here, okay, center point from here, this is 35 mm, this distance is 35 mm, okay, and as it is center for this, so this distance is 9 mm. So what is remain now? So this is 35 minus 9, you will get this distance as 26 mm. That means what? From this boundary you need to come inside at 26 mm distance, and then you need to create this plane. Okay, you will create this plane for drawing the circles, this circle and this curvature. Okay, we'll see how it is. So now that is here, you need to go inside 26 mm. Okay, this distance will be 26 mm, and then you will create here plane. So this is a plane that you will create. This kind of plane you will create, and then the plane dimensions you need to check. We'll go back again and we'll see the plane dimension. What is the size of plane that you want? Parallelogram basically. So here is the 25 mm radius, this curvature. Okay, so diameter for this curvature is 50 mm. So 50 mm by 50 mm, that parallelogram you need to draw here. So this is 50 mm, and this will be again 50 mm. This is 50, and this will be again 50. Remember that you need to draw parallel lines everywhere. So these lines are parallel to the here, which length dimensions, and these two lines are parallel to the height dimensions. So always draw parallel lines to length, height and width. That way you are actually drawing the isometric view. So here we get the parallelogram. Okay, so next step is to draw the center lines. So here you will draw a center line like this. Okay, this is 50 by 50, so you will mark here at 25 mm from any corner, 25 mm from any corner, and then you just join the parallel lines to length and then height. So this way you are getting the center point for drawing the ellipse in the parallelogram. Anyway, though that is a circle in orthographic view, in isometric those circles, those curvatures are part of ellipse, right? So now we will draw ellipse by 4 center method. You can see that video. I have already posted how to draw the circles in the isometric, that is nothing but the ellipse. Here 4 center method of drawing ellipse we can use. So for that purpose we require parallelogram, that is already there. We require the center lines, those are already there. And now we need to join the maximum diagonal in the parallelogram. So here is the parallelogram, you need to observe carefully, and you will draw the maximum diagonal like this. After drawing the maximum diagonal, these 2 corners are busy in connecting the diagonals. Remaining 2 corners from this and this, you are bisecting the opposite side of the parallelogram. That means what? Here, this is the center point, or this is the midpoint of this parallelogram side. You are bisecting it. From this corner you are bisecting the opposite side of the parallelogram. So that means this. So when you do this, you will get 4 centers to draw the ellipse. One is here, one is here, third is here, and fourth is here. 2 centers are on the diagonal. Those should not be end point of the diagonal. And then 2 are remaining 2 corners of the parallelogram. Understood? So here 4 centers you can see, and using the 4 centers you can draw the ellipse. Okay, so as we are drawing the semicircular portion of 20 mm radius, we have to use only 2 center points, these 2 center points. Here is one and here is one. If we want to draw complete circle, that means what? You have to use 4 centers. Now we are using here only 2 centers, and using these 2 centers one can draw the curvature. With this center I am measuring this much radius and then completing arc like this. With this center I am taking radius in the compass this much, and then I am completing this half portion of the curvature. So you can see the curvature is like this. Now next we have to observe the object once again. See, this curvature portion is done. Okay, the half one 25 mm radius, but it has a thickness 18 mm, that you can see here. 18 mm thickness is there. The curvature is drawn on this side, but it has a thickness, and another curvature is on this side, back side. So that also we have to draw. So we'll see how to draw it. So here we'll see how to draw it. You can draw this parallelogram once again by shifting this parallelogram, same parallelogram with the same center points, 18 mm on back side. You can measure here 18 mm distance, and from 18 mm you can draw this parallelogram. This way you can draw a parallelogram. Basically you have to draw same. Okay, and similar constructions for 4 center method you are repeating here, forgetting these 2 center points. Okay, this is actually original way, but you can use here one trick. I'll show you. Instead of drawing parallelogram by shifting 18 mm on this side, what you can do, you just shift this 2 centers. You just shift these 2 centers parallel to the width direction at 18 mm distance, this way. So you can see these 2 centers are shifted by 18 mm distance parallel to the width direction. This direction is parallel to the width, okay, this side, and the distance is 18 mm. Don't forget it is 18 mm because thickness is 18 mm, the slab. And then when you get these 2 centers, you repeat the similar curvature. That means what? This center was used to draw this curve. That means what? Now with this center, I am taking same radius and I am drawing the curve like this. Now this center was used to draw this bigger curve. That means what? With the same radius and the center point this, I am completing another curvature like this. Okay, and later this you can join. I'll show you how it is visible in actual drawn constructions. Right, now your task is to join this. You join this and erase this part, this extra portion which is intersecting into another curve. So you'll see the completed portion is like this. Now our next task is to draw the center circle, which is a hollow one. It's a hollow portion. So here similar structure you need to draw. Here remember we need to draw a complete circle. Just check. So this is a complete circle that we need to draw, and the diameter for this circle is 30 mm. So with the center point this 30 mm by 30 mm. So this is a parallelogram of 30 mm by 30 mm. See how you are drawing it. From center point on any side you are measuring 15 mm, then 15 mm up, then 30 mm here, 30 mm here, 30 mm here, and 30 mm here. From center point it is 50 mm away, and then you will by regular 4 center methods of drawing the circles or the ellipse in the isometric, you will mark 4 center points, and with the 4 center points you will draw the ellipse. So with this center point I will draw this curvature, with this center point I will draw this curvature, with this center point I will draw this curvature, with this center point I am drawing this curvature. Okay, this is the ellipse. The actual ellipse, when you draw with the compass, it will be looking like this. This is the most important part. I can say almost 50% work is done here when you complete the curvature portion of the isometric. Now the base portion we need to draw. Just observe how it is. So I am at origin. So from origin I need to go up by 30 mm and then somewhat 5 mm up, and then I am drawing here the tangent line. You can observe that portion here also. So from origin I am going 15 mm on the width side, then height side 15 mm, then 40 mm on width side, then again 15 mm down on the height side, then 15 mm along the width, then along height 30 mm, then again inside along the width direction it is almost 26 mm, because we already measured earlier. This is, from this it is 70, it is 70, total 70. From center point is 35, and then as it is 18, so half of the 18 is 9 minus 35, you get 26. So 26 mm here, and then up remaining distance, and then like this. Okay, so it's easy actually. We are starting from here, this origin. So from here I am drawing 15 mm up, on width side, 15 mm on height side, 40 mm on width side, 15 mm again from along height side down, then 15 mm on width side again, then along height direction 30 mm, then inside it is 26 mm, then 5 mm up, then again 18 mm on width side, then 5 mm down, and then again 26 mm on width side, and again you will close it by shifting down at 30 mm. So you will see this kind of section, and it is visible with the clear image like this. And later you will join tangent line like this. You will draw tangent. Don't forget, you are drawing the tangent here, because that is a requirement in the object. You will see the object here. So this is a tangent line from this 35 mm height. So this is a tangent, and later after drawing the tangent, this we need to erase. And then from this side we'll check object once again. So we are here and we have drawn this line. So we need to shift here 18 mm. Okay, 18 mm we are shifting. So you see. So from here 80 mm. This is 80 mm straight lines that I am drawing. And this is also 80 mm. And here it is 26 mm on this side. And one can draw this also, because this is the connection that is required, which may be at 45 mm. You need to observe the dimensions and remember well, otherwise you can again and again you will waste your time in observing the dimensions. This you are connecting, and you need to connect this also. So see how it is completed view. Okay, the most important thing remain here is here this circle is 30 mm diameter, so and thickness is here 18 mm. So maybe you are able to view the thickness of this inside portion also. So we need to draw this and this portion here. Okay, this is not hollow here. This is not hollow. So one must draw a line here. So I can draw a line like this, parallel to length. Remember, all lines you are drawing, those are parallel to length, height and width. Only such lines you need to draw as per the requirement of the questions, which are not parallel to length, height and width. Here this portion that we need to repeat. Okay, this curvature we need to repeat, and for this center point is important. Okay, so this circle you have drawn this line, and this circle that we have to repeat. So what you will do, you will shift this center 18 mm on this side along the width direction. So once you get this center with this radius, this much radius, okay, this much radius, you are drawing the another circle here. The same curvature you will draw. So you will draw this kind of curvature here, and that is nothing but your object. So this way, you forgot to draw this line, I think. Okay, so this way we will complete the object, and then one need not to erase these construction lines. No need to erase this parallelogram, this another small parallelogram, then these object boundaries. This will be helpful for evaluator to understand how much you have understood before drawing this isometric view. The final object is visible like this. You are forgetting this line again. Okay. So this is the final object, and this was the origin here, which was given. Remember, we started to draw the curvature first, and then we drawn all the simple portion later. Though this 3D object looks similar here, sometimes it is quite difficult when you start drawing step by step. So that's why you can use this video for drawing the more and more isometric views and complete your assignments and more understanding towards the isometric projections. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.